is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going to check out the video. What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. We're going to talk about another player that has a lot of hype and a lot of potential, and a lot of people are going crazy when they got the trade because we knew that Kristaps Porzingis no longer wanted to be with the Knicks, and they had to make a decision on what they were going to do with him because his contract was coming to an end. And if he wants to go, you want to get something back for him because he threatened to do the qualifying offer, which means they will lose him for nothing. And it'd be hard to get good value in return because he'd be on his rookie contract, which means his contract ain't worth that much money, which means it's harder to get a lot more back because you usually got to trade salary plus picks, and a rookie scale contract is not that much salary. But what they did do is get Dennis Smith Jr., a guy that was a top 2 player going into college, which people forget that how many people really respected and felt about Dennis Smith Jr. Markelle Fultz obviously was the #1 pick going into college and after college, but Dennis Smith Jr. fell in the draft. I was personally one of the people that felt like Dennis Smith Jr. was going to fall in the draft, but I also thought that he would fall to a team that could better utilize him than the teams that was already in the lottery. Because you got to remember, this is a draft with Markelle Fultz and Lonzo Ball and De'Aaron Fox. All those point guards he was supposed to be better than or at the same level. They had better college season, and if they didn't, they had higher ceilings. Even though Fox has been the best one out of all of them because he's been better than Lonzo and better than Dennis Smith and better than Markelle Fultz. They only played 2 seasons so far, so I can't go to an assumption or guarantee anything. But what I will say is they still have a long time to go. This is for until you retire or get put out of the league. So whoever's going to be the best point guard out of that top 10, we won't know. But right now it's Fox, and that's something that we do know right now. But just like we done seen, Dennis Smith, Markelle, and Lonzo have had a lot of injury problems and problems with shooting the basketball. I think that that's the thing that has really derailed them because De'Aaron Fox has been able to figure out how to use his speed and his athleticism, but he also became a respectable three-point shooter and mid-range shooter. Plus, he just more smart when it comes to scoring the basketball compared to the other two. The other three. And then on top of that, you have Markelle Fultz that really hasn't even been able to play. But Dennis Smith Jr. is very interesting because he does have majority of the things that you want in a star player. He has the mentality that he can take over games. He has the mentality that he is a great player. He feels like he has that swagger and that confidence about him that I personally like when players have, because you have to take the shots. You have to be able to make the shots, but the only way you're going to be able to do that is that you have to have that confidence that you can do those things. A lot of players will take the shot. A lot of players will throw some bull, but Dennis Smith Jr., even in college and high school, showed that he's not scared of the big moments, and he wants to be in those big moments, and he just has everything you want mentally in a player. Besides, he's not a great defender, but that's what you can say about majority of every player in the NBA that's young, that they don't play defense or are not great at defense, or they don't try enough, or they don't play hard enough on the defensive end. Matter of fact, if you look at the entire NBA, it's not even 10 players that you can legitimately say that about on the defensive end. And if you do, it's probably 10 at that. So it's not too many players that take pride and really go hard on the defensive end. And I think that that's something that Dennis Smith and obviously guys like Lonzo Ball, who has become a solid defender but hasn't been able to stay on the court, same with Markelle Fultz, is unfortunate. But I like Dennis Smith Jr. when it comes to his athleticism. That's something that you think about when you think about Dennis Smith Jr. You think about the dunking ability. You're thinking about the ability to explode to the rim and attack the basket. The only problem is he hasn't been able to finish. as well as people thought that he would be able to, but he struggled with that even in college. This guy is 6'3", a legitimate 195, and he is a guy that's only 21 years old. He'll be turning 22. This is a guy that has already averaged 15 and 14 points a game in the NBA. He has shot over 40%. Last year, he struggled the year before shooting 39%. He did struggle a little bit in New York when they gave him 14 shot attempts a game. He was able to get shots up, but he wasn't able to knock them down consistently. His three-point percentage plummeted to 28% with the Knicks on 4 attempts, and he only shot 56% from the free throw line. I think that that's something that's really going to hurt his career if he's not even able to make free throws. He's not like a guy that's built. He's not like a guy that has huge hands. So there's really no reason why he can't become at least a respectable free throw shooter, because he's going to have to do that if he really wants to play in playoff games and in big games, because teams are not going to be scared to foul you, and teams are not going to be scared to send you to the free throw line when you're shooting that terrible from the field. But that just makes it hard for me to start you when I know that you're not a great three-point shooter, when three-point shots is what's going on right now. Everybody wants to shoot threes. Everybody has to be able to shoot threes almost in the NBA right now. And he has shown that he's not a capable three-point shooter over an 82-game season, especially if he's healthy. And that's going to be a problem from him, is keeping that percentage high and keeping it consistent, because he hasn't been able to do it in college or high school either. So that's been a problem in his entire career, and that's something that every team knew going into the draft. And that's another reason why he fell in the draft, is because of his shooting and his ability not really to create his own shot consistently. He has games where he can get hot. He has games where his confidence is through the roof and shots are falling. But majority of the time, he does have games where his shot just doesn't go, and he just can't get to the rim consistently enough to make up for it. Because if you look at the LeBrons and the John Walls, at least they have that ability to punish you in transition, and they have the ability to punish you by getting to the rim or getting in that mid 15 and under range and get floaters and pull up jumpers, to where that's still a high percentage shot because you are close by the rim. The closest best shots in the game is close to the rim, so at least they get in that vicinity to knock down those shots. I think Dennis Smith Jr. settles for a lot of long twos, and he settles for a lot of contested threes. And I think that those are things that he's going to have to work on diligently. This is something that he's going to have to master in the future. But what I did say about the Mavericks, even though I wasn't a big Dennis Smith Jr. fan going into the draft, I did say that you can't give up on this guy, because he came in the league at 19, 20 years old. So this is a guy that never played in the NBA. This is a guy that never been able to shoot really consistently his whole entire career. And you know that going into the draft. You know that watching his footage. And personally, I think that that's the thing about the Knicks. Will they buy into Dennis Smith Jr.? Will they stay positive with Dennis Smith Jr.? We seen the same thing with Moutier. Moutier was a highly touted player, but we knew he couldn't shoot threes mid-range or shoot off the dribble consistently enough and create his own shot. And teams gave up on him. They tried him, and teams gave up on him in less than 2 years, which is crazy nowadays, that people are looking for the hottest thing or want the franchise players, but they're not really taking time to develop these players and being consistent with them. They're giving up on these players and trying to find a quick fix. Because even my girlfriend personally said the same thing, that she would get rid of Moutier because now you have Jamal Murray, and they did get rid of Moutier and replace him with Jamal Murray, because Jamal Murray can shoot the three and create his own shot off the dribble. Even though he's not the greatest shooter, he's still a guy that you have to respect, because he can get hot too. So I think that that's something that I want to see is the Knicks going to do. They brought in Alfred Payton this year. Are they going to continue to try to develop and trust and believe in Dennis Smith Jr., or are they going to give up on him very quickly because he can't shoot or he can't be the playmaker that they need him to be very quick? You look at this Knicks roster, they signed a lot of veterans and a lot of bigs, and they also got Alfred Payton. So I really want to see if they're going to still believe in the Kevin Knoxes and the Alonzo Triers and the Mitchell Robertsons, or will they try to rush, just like we've seen with the Nets. They got rid of D'Angelo Russell after he had a breakout year. They didn't give up on him year one, but they already let him go now. So it's crazy right now. The NBA is a business, and it's all about making money. It's all about winning, and it's all about doing what's best for your organization, even though it's going a little bit too fast. Everybody's worried about the short term and not the long term. And that's what people have been talking about for years now, is that the long term people are not willing to stay. People are trying to find the best thing that's available right now. If they can get a new contract, if they can get traded, if they can go to a better situation, players and teams are doing that quickly. Loyalty is going out the window. I'm not saying I have a problem with it. I'm just saying that that's what the NBA is right now. Players are trying to find happiness. Players are trying to find winning situations, and I think that that's the thing that hurts the young players, is that just like we've been seeing with Costas and them, teams are giving up on these players even faster than ever. Usually it take about 3 to 4 years before a team give up on you. At least they want to see you throughout your rookie contract. Nowadays, you be gone before your rookie contract is up if you're not developing or showing signs of vast improvements. And like I said, the players are coming in so much younger because they're coming out 1 year overseas and 1 year out of high school. They're 19, 20 years old, just like Dennis Smith Jr., and players and teams are already giving up on them. And they haven't even turned 21. They haven't even turned 25. They haven't even played 3 seasons with the team, and teams have already gave up on them and already tried to move on. And Dennis Smith Jr. is one of them. Dallas drafted him at 9, and they already traded him without even having over 2 full seasons. He's already gone. So that's how fast the NBA is going. That's how fast people are moving on. And that's just the reality of the NBA. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that this is going to be the season Dennis Smith Jr. breaks out? He already has seasons averaging 15. That's already a good starting quality number for a player that has a lot of flaws. But also, can he really improve his jump shot off the dribble? Can he improve his ability to knock down threes on and off the ball, especially in the pick and roll? And can he actually become a franchise player? This is a guy that people felt was the number 2 guy in the draft. Like I said, in high school, that means people thought he had huge potential to be a superstar. This is a guy that went in the top 10 in the draft, which means players and the teams feel like he can be a guy that can be something special. Now he's in a situation where he has the spotlight. He has a big city, one of the biggest brands in the NBA, and the New York Knicks, and he has a chance to play against some hungry crowds that want somebody to win, want some excitement. He brings a winning mentality. He brings excitement with his athletic play and his ability to have that swagger and that confidence to take over games or feel like he can knock down those shots. It's just about getting the shot to fall, playing better basketball with his IQ and with his brain, and figuring out the game, figuring out the speed, when to use his speed, when to get to the basket, when to pass the ball, and when to have chances to make his teammates better. Those things are not going to come right away. He's going to have to play his way into it. He's going to have to get familiar with his teammates. He's going to have to get familiar with the system. And him having half a season last year to do it, plus probably this season to do it, this should actually accelerate and help his growth technically, but we really don't know if it's going to happen. And he should have a better season this year because he's able to study the film. He's able to watch where he can improve. He had a whole off season because they didn't make it to the playoffs to work on his game. So there's really no reason why he can't really have a masterous great season coming up. But at the same time, it's easier said than done. He still has to go out there and do it. He still has to go out there and play up to those abilities. And just like we've seen, like I said, with a lot of other these players, teams are giving up on you quicker, which means you have to go out there and perform. And if you do, they're looking for the thing to replace you. Just like I said with the Jamal Murray thing, they already brought in Alfred Payton. Plus, if they do suck this year, they're going to have a chance at drafting a top 10 point guard because they will be in the lottery. Which the problem is, that means he can be expendable. And they do have players at other positions that, you know, they already have field and they have potential just as good as Dennis Smith Jr. already on this roster. Let me know what you guys think, though, in the comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link be in the description, comment section below. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description, comment section below. Thanks for everybody that likes on Facebook. Thanks for everybody that likes the videos. Thanks for everybody that comments. I like the activity that you guys have shown. I answered comments that make sense, if that makes sense. And also, at the end of the day, if you like this video, check out my older videos on my channel. I have many playlists. I break down rookies. I break down players. I break down summer league. I do cover the draft, and I got a mock draft up already. Not only that, I do podcasts and I also talk about the game of basketball, whether it comes to summer league, free agency, trade deadline, buyouts, and also I cover top 10 discussions and stuff like that. So you like this type of video, you like the NBA, check out my older videos and my playlists. I enjoy making these videos. You guys enjoy watching.